Hi everybody, welcome in. I am Chloe, aka Boop Create, and today we are going to ruin our lives by going onto a wonderful website called Reddit. And not just any subreddit. I have been weirdly fascinated with the TrueRateMe subreddit for the longest time, and adjacent Looksmaxxing Reddits. And I finally decided to post on there, and I got a lot more than I could ever anticipate. I don't even know, honestly, I don't even know where to start with this video. I don't know where to start. It's been a fucking trip. And excuse, I really don't swear on YouTube a lot, but I feel like this video is gonna necessitate swearing, unfortunately. Alright. So if you've not heard of r/TrueRateMe, it is a subreddit dedicated to people posting pictures of themselves and then having the people of the Reddit go and rate them on a objective scale, which is already already bad enough. I think the whole concept of rating people is ridiculous. This is their own description of the community, because I feel like that's fair to kind of let them describe themselves. The purpose of this sub is to provide facial ratings of both men and women based on objective factors such as harmony, sexual dimorphism, symmetry, and qualities of their features. This means analyzing/evaluating a person's attractiveness without regard for one's feelings. This is not a subjective rating sub. They've been around since 2017. They have over 260,000 members and 500 people are currently online as of making this video. So to help, people figure out where they are within this, they have some rating guides for both men and women with celebrity examples of who they think reaches these different numbers. This is where I start seeing how if the concept already isn't problematic enough for you, this is where they genuinely get delusional. So first off, we'll start with the bottom tier. They're like bottom tier of like people they consider like 1 to like say like 1 to 2.5 is genuinely ableist, simply based off the fact that there's a lot of people on there that clearly have like disabilities or deformities, and that's just messed up to be putting people on the bottom tier and saying that they're ugly based off that kind of stuff. It's rude to say somebody's ugly in general, but that just seems especially a little fucked up, in my opinion. Then we get to the mid-range, which according to the subreddit, 60% of people are between a 4 to 6 in numerical attractiveness. They believe attractiveness is a bell curve with like, so 60% of people are in the 4 to 6 range, and then a small amount of people are the bottom percent, and a same small amount of people are the top percentage, like a 6 or above. It's just never happens. But anyways, one of my favorite things, I have a hard time even like kind of like just seriously talking about this, because it's just legitimately stupid, because they're celebrities they rate as like 4 are all like successful actresses, and one of them's even a model that has really unique features, like in a good way. Like she's a very interesting face. Because according to them, you can't be a model unless you're a 8 or above. So, or a 7 might be able to be an actress, perhaps. Or no, they say, actually, no, I take it back. 8 or above is models and actresses. Oh my gosh, I love this fucking chart because it's genuinely delusional to me, because it's like, there's like insanely attractive actresses and they're like Constance Wu, Saoirse Ronan, like I would say they're both like really pretty. Like why are they a 5 according to this chart? There's no really at this point difference between like a 5 or a 6. So there is a theory that I've seen posted online that r/TrueRateMe was created by like incels to go and bring women down and find a way to insult them but still be okay and get around Reddit's rules. And I don't think that this is entirely true. Like I don't think this is like a organized effort from 4chan to try and do this. However, I do feel like that kind of fits the majority of the people that are moderating and running this, because on their women's rating primer, which is like, they give like some insane explanations for your face ratio and all this stuff. Their example that they use of like, this is an attractive face, is Kate Moss, which is a model, obviously makes sense. And then their unattractive example is Brie Larson, who is very pretty. She's just gorgeous, you know, great actress. However, that does fit the incel theory, because a lot of people, a lot of men online that just hate feminism, hate women, hated Brie Larson. I don't know if y'all remember when Captain Marvel came out, but the internet just fucking hated her, especially these just like men online. So it makes sense why she's their example of an unattractive woman when she's not an unattractive woman. She's really pretty. So they're also, you know, that just checks out, because they're also trying to like shit on women that they think are not pretty for whatever reason. Oh my gosh. I'm not gonna get into their whole like rating rate, like, you know, kind of thing. Check it out yourself. Don't post on there, but like I think a lot of this stuff is kind of amusing to look at, because it's not based off of anything, you know. It's completely, I don't know, it's just like bullshit science about things that just is not really supported even by anything. And their rating chart, which is, you know, includes like celebrity examples of like what is a 1 through a 5, looks very similar to the incel rating attractiveness chart. That's literally like that's been circulated on incel forums. The only difference is the one on TrueRateMe is slightly expanded with more examples and more explanations, but a lot of the times they use like the exact same celebrities as the incel attractiveness chart uses. So you know, their whole argument of like, no incel terminology, don't use any of that. That's just a cover for the fact that that's clearly what they're following and what they believe in. I don't want to, I could probably spend an hour talking about how delusional these people are and how ridiculous their standards are. But I don't feel like editing and making a 1-hour YouTube video. Maybe later. We'll do like a deep dive, an even deeper dive into this. But for right now, we're just gonna look at just that kind of basic stuff. They're delusional. The celebrities that they say are 4s and 5s are beautiful, and they're successful actors, actresses. It's insane. So I decided to post there, which I do not recommend doing, by the way. Like, do not do this. I only did this because I thought it'd be funny to do a video on them eventually, and I feel pretty confident myself. Like, I wouldn't give myself a numerical rating. I wouldn't give that to anybody, but I feel like I'm pretty. I like how I look. I like how I present myself. That's all that matters. So our first post on there, this is about a week ago, and you're not gonna find it because it's been removed by the moderators. I made the title 23F, wanna stop being a femcel, and I posted about like 4 pictures of myself that are like recent. My caption is, I thought this was funny, by the way, I'm not a femcel, and this caption is not true, so don't think that. So my boyfriend broke up with me because he said I wasn't attractive enough anymore. I don't want this to happen again. So I want to see what I need to do to improve. Looking for feedback, all pictures are recent. Unfortunately, before this got any comments, my post was immediately removed by the moderators, who do nothing but moderate the subreddit. This is a full-time job for them. I've never seen a more thoroughly moderated subreddit, and no, that's not a compliment. That is not. Anyway, so they removed Rule 12C. Avoid titles / text which are likely to prime people and influence ratings in the form of sympathy. Just write a neutral title, including your age and gender, both mandatory. I did. You can also include specific aesthetic issues you're wanting advice on. Also, filters are not allowed. Which is funny because it's like, I just thought they were including that by default, because I was like, none of these pictures are like overly filtered in the sense of like I'll put like filters on my pictures, like edit the brightness, contrast, coloring to make it look better. I like photography. I like kind of like posting good pictures of myself, and that's part of it. But they're not filtered in the sense of like the way that would break their guidelines. So they straight up say like, don't use Snapchat style filters, don't smooth your skin, don't do anything that changes your face. I'm like, great. I don't never do that online. Awesome. So I just thought they were saying that just cause. Also, the titles to get sympathy, I've seen multiple people post similar things to what I posted. Not to say like whatever, I think it's like a decent rule, you know, putting aside everything with the subreddit. But I've seen people say, oh, I've been rejected 5 times in the last month, what's wrong with me? Just got out of a bad relationship. So I don't know why my title and caption just like bothered them so much, because none of those people had posts that were removed, but mine was. All right, so anyways, I was like, okay, I will repost with a different title. It's more neutral. All right, so the next one, 23F Weezer fan. That's all. The caption was, I love Pinkerton. Just post the same pictures because I'm lazy. All right, I got 1 rating on this, and this is like the most wholesome thing to come out of this entire saga. Somebody commented, Weezer gets a 7.5 from me. Would you like to destroy my sweater? Pull the skirt as I walk away, which I appreciate the undone reference. So that was a good comment. 7.5, not bad. Like I wouldn't tell somebody that, but that's not bad. All right, that was removed like probably within I'd say within 30 minutes. Verification required. Please use the mod mail function in the sidebar to contact the mod team. So they say for rule 5, I was fake or posting other people's photos. So I kind of debated. I was like, I don't know if I want to actually like send them this. Like I don't know. I just thought it was kind of silly. And then I messaged them and I was like, okay, hey, you said I need to verify. What do I need to do? Also, I've never used Reddit really, and like their messages is just, it's fine on the phone, but for whatever reason, it's like the worst. Like I don't know, their message inbox is designed so horribly. It looks like it's from 2002. That's I guess a Reddit thing. All right. Okay, here we go. So the thread, okay. Hi, I said, hi, there was a comment said I need to be verified. How do I do that? Thank you. I said, simply record a short video of yourself with 5, 2, and 3 fingers followed by a thumbs up. Upload to Imgur and link for the mod team to review. I said, okay. At first I asked him if I could post somewhere else because I'm like, I don't have an Imgur account. But I was like, whatever. They didn't respond to that, and so I was like, I'm getting bored. All right. Made an Imgur account, sent them the video and a link to it. And then I was like, okay, I'm good. So after that, I posted again because I was like, okay, now they see I'm a real person. And I sent them like, I will show the video. This is the video that I showed them for reference. All right, this is 5 fingers, 2, and then 3, and a thumbs up. This is Boop Create. I recorded it on my iPhone. I put very minimal effort into it. I just clicked set up, prop my iPhone up on my desk, where I usually record my TikToks, and then press record, did what they asked, and then sent it. I even talked, so they really know I was a real person. And then after that, I posted 23F. Yes, I am a real person. Then, all right, so we got, this is where we got a couple ratings before the mods took it down. Someone commented, real filters. I wondered if it was AI. I don't know about AI, but if you zoom in and pick 1, 2, 3, you can clearly see it. There's zero texture to the skin, no pores, nothing. There's unnatural borders around the face and ghosting. One that might be in touch is pick 6, and that face is far less smooth even looking. I had acne that day. Sometimes people have acne some days of the week, and not every day. Wow. That's crazy. Also, the eyes, that's another common filter. Okay, and then I got a 5.5, which is great. Another person gave me a 5.5. 5.7, large nose, eyes wide apart. That one I really don't get. Because my eyes are actually very evenly spaced apart, so they're just looking for bullshit. Excellent skin and hair care, large and attractive eyes, thin lips, but work well with face shape. All right. And then a couple of comments got removed. So yeah. And then finally after that, I got that entire post got removed. You've been warned a couple times now, and you're highly filtered / edited / smooth, whatever you want to call it. Pics were discussed in mod mail, yet you continue to post the same pics, and the new ones you've included are just as edited. 30-day ban applied. Your post does not meet our photo quality requirements. Do not post it without thoroughly reviewing our photo quality guide. Which, by the way, my pictures do fit their photo quality requirements. There are examples of like using filters and editing is not what I'm doing at all, which is like adjusting brightness and contrast. And like I will show you the side by side of. Which some of these were not edited at all, but the ones that were edited, the side by side of the original raw picture and what looks so edited or filtered. All right, so here are all the original and the edited filtered versions of the pictures that I posted to Reddit throughout this entire saga. As you can see, like, there are some differences, but nothing major. Even for like this last one, a lot of people thought this one was AI, so I did a close up. See, it's not. That one has no filters, so yeah. All right, so repeat violations will result in a temporary ban. And at this point, I think the mods fucking hate me. That's just, they just don't fucking like me for whatever reasons. Then they sent me a message and they said, you'll need to submit other pics to post. And I, you know, went off on them like, I'm not using filters, AI, or editing. Like, that's what was driving me insane, is like these accusations that I'm using like heavy filters or AI or just like doing shit to my pictures, because it's like, I personally am really against that. Like, I don't like the use of AI and a lot of like art, entertainment stuff. I really don't like that. I mean, like, I would encourage y'all to do some research. It's just, it's not, I don't like that. And I let them know, I was like, that's not true. And they also saw a full video of me where I looked the same as I did in my pictures. And then that night they said, take a selfie right now. Take a selfie with your phone right now and link here for post approval. Which is just like, doesn't make any sense, because I sent them an entire video of myself. Like, what is a random selfie gonna do? The video wouldn't. And also for context, they sent me this at 11 p.m., at least my time, which is just weird. And like, I don't know. And then I did, you know, I sent them a selfie. And they did not like that. Because they said, this is they're saying, look, we get you sent the verification video. That's a moot point. The issue is that the pictures you keep posting the sub are heavily edited / filtered, whether you admit it or not, and violate Rule 10. End of. And I told him again, I'm like, hey, I'm not editing my pictures. And I asked him, why'd you want me to send a selfie? Because that's just kind of weird. Why they want another selfie of me after I already sent them an entire video. And they said they asked for it because all of your pictures are edited, filter AI. Your video looked extremely suspicious as well. All the comments from your other posts with different subs saying the same thing, which I will get to later. At this point, I'd been started posting on the Looksmaxxing subs, which is where the whole AI thing really takes a deep dive. The just take a selfie right now was just to prove that you were real and would take a pic and send it from your phone, not DSLR camera like you claim is the reason why your pics look different. Which some of my pictures are from a DSLR camera, and I said it. That's why the background's blurred. I take a lot of my selfies in portrait mode on my phone, which blurs out the background because it looks cleaner, or I take it on a DSLR camera. That just it looks nicer. At this point, you are banned for not following the rules. Your photos aren't acceptable. If you supply an actual plain unaltered pic, then we would allow you to post that pic, but you won't, which I did. Some of those pictures are not edited at all, and they're completely untouched. Permabanned stands kindly. Move along. So that's kind of the end of it with TrueRateMe, because I've been permabanned. They said that they won't let me post, which is funny when they're like, oh, send an unaltered picture of yourself, when it's like, I don't think that they ever let me post. And I think I know why. I think it's just because I look too perfect. No, I don't actually think that. But I do think that they don't allow people to post on their subreddit that are kind of maybe look too good for them. Because if they can't find a perceptible flaw, then I don't know, their entire, like, you know, idea that, you know, a bunch of people fit into this, like, a 4 to 6 attractiveness range is just bullshit. It's fucking bullshit. And this entire subreddit, I think, exists just to, I don't know, bring people down for whatever sick reason. I don't know. I really don't understand it. There's no reason this needs to exist at all. And I do think that they don't like the fact that I do look like my pictures. And it's like, people can, like, you know, fit your, you know, dumbass, like, I don't know, expectations of things. Just with certain things that they are rating for attractiveness, like facial proportion, things like that. It's like, there are people that fit that, you know. I don't know. So it's like, I think that they just want to find a way to bring down pretty women, I think. And it's dumb. It's like, people on here, it's like, you know, they'll be like, oh, 5.5, you'd be a 6.0 if you remove your septum piercing. It's like, that doesn't have anything to do with somebody's face. That It doesn't. They just want to find something to make people feel bad, especially for women, which is awful. I see a lot of like 18, 19, 20-year-old girls posting on here, and if those are legitimate, it's just kind of makes me like a little, I don't know, it kind of makes me a little sad, because it's just, nobody should be saying these kinds of things about other people. It's just, and it's like, I don't even think modeling and acting agencies, actually, I know modeling and acting agencies, even though I think they are notoriously like, you know, critical about appearance and changing things, they're not this bad as this subreddit is. And I genuinely think that Reddit should shut this down, because it's toxic, and I think that they don't want certain people posting that don't fit their kind of views of things. I also think that they got kind of mad because I've learned after posting on other subreddits that they cannot take the whole femcel thing. They can't take that as a joke. I think they do probably legitimately think I'm a femcel, and then that's like sending them into some kind of spiral that if I'm a femcel, then they have no chance. By the way, I am not involuntarily celibate. I just joke about being a femcel for a variety of reasons. I made that joke for probably like 2 years now at this point, just because I think it's funny. And I've joked about it mostly on TikTok, which is a different community, arguably, who gets the joke. They make jokes about that there. But yeah, this is just really bad. I thought my experience with them was really fucking funny, because I don't know, I think can't find something to bring me down on, so they just want to say that I'm not real, which is just insane. But to get an idea, the reason I thought this was funny is just the way that they rate people is like insane. Like, I know I'm just curious to see what they'll say, and the way that they describe people is like genuinely like insane too. Like, I don't know, like, this is I saw this comment on somebody's post, I think, like, from like a really pretty girl, and this is what somebody said about her. It's just funny, because it's just like so weird. I don't know if I'm gonna read the entire post, because it's like a paragraph, but just to get an idea of like how they describe things, this girl got a 5.8, which is like, wow, that's so high for them. It genuinely is high for the subreddit though, so I'm like, no offense taken by the 5.5. Also, these are like Reddit mods, I don't care. 5.8, very favorable facial symmetry and very minor facial proportion deviations, but still excellent overall facial harmony and very feminine dimorphism. Skin is bright, surprisingly clear given cystic acne challenges, with a youthful underglow. Skin lacks blotching. Okay, this is like fine. They're describing the skin. Eyes are well spaced with a very favorable upward canthal tilt. These people are obsessed with like an upward canthal tilt. That's something else I look forward to. I don't know, there's a lot of people with like downturned eyes that are incredibly attractive. Like, what do they have to say about that? Like, what? Dorsum nasi is mostly straight and glabella is smooth. Nasal apex is somewhat proportional but somewhat rounded. Lateral crest is somewhat enlarged compared to a dimorphic ideal. Alar nasal sulcus is refined and feminine. Lips are pleasant if somewhat slightly lean in proportion to face. Small philtrum, I think they also misspelled philtrum, by the way, and somewhat well-defined vermilion border. Frontal presentation of the mandibular angle is consistent with useful feminine faces, but bigonial width is slightly lean compared to ideal dimensions. Subjective summation, very attractive young lady. Your 3/4 view is a highlight for me. Thank you for posting good, clear photos. Oh my gosh, there's so much unpacked in this particular like post, but the way that they describe things is just like, I don't know, like, that's why sometimes I'm like, this stuff has gotta be a joke, but I don't think that it is, because it's like, how could you go in like this weird scientific description of people just like insane? It's like, what even are, like, why do you know what those words mean unless you are like a doctor or you're a dermatologist or you do something with people's faces? Like, what? I don't know. So part of the thing, I thought it'd be funny to see myself described like this, because it's like, I don't really give a shit what other people think of my appearance. I'm happy with myself. Like I said, I think I look pretty. That's all that matters for me at the end of the day, and that's all that should matter for other people. Because, and I always like tell other people this, and they ask me for like, you know, kind of like, oh, like what should I wear, what should I do? It's like, at the end of the day, just like do what makes you happy. Like however you feel happiest and most confident is the best version of yourself, and I genuinely believe that, because it's like that will show through in like so many other ways. Like I mentioned, I could probably talk about this for like an entire hour, like just this forum, just because it's so unhinged, and it's just really, you know, I don't know, it's just funny. But I also, on like a serious note, I think that Reddit should shut down this forum, like fully, just because it's just clearly a very thinly veiled way to make people feel bad about themselves. In the forum, they even say it's like, oh, you know, if somebody's genuinely like, you know, a 7 or an 8, or, you know, somebody that's really pretty post on here, then we won't take down those ratings. But okay, yeah, by the way, the mods, if you give anybody below a, or not below, if you give anybody like too high of a score, like really above like a 5.5 or a 6, they will remove your post. On most people's pictures, you will see like an entire like thing of like just comment removed, like just like 20 times, and it's because the mods sit on their phones all day or their computers and just delete anybody that gives too high of a rating. Which that should really say something about like, hey, like, I don't know, if like a bunch of people think that somebody's attractive, then that person probably is like above a 6. I don't know. And I also think that they probably, what they did to me, they'll probably take down anybody's post that they think doesn't fit this idea of who's posting there, or just their ideas of attractiveness. If you don't fit that, then you'll get taken down. So anyways, while I'm bringing attention to the subreddit, I'm doing it because I think it's kind of silly. But I will say, it's like, I don't think that, I will say do not post on there, like do not do that. Because even if they're not mean to you, it's like, I don't know, it's like, I mean, if I'm not doing, like, some people, it's like, I don't know, it's like, I was like confused, but it's like, even somebody saying that I look heavily filtered or AI is just kind of frustrating. I didn't think it'd be that bad, but it, you know, it was. So anyways, enough of that for right now. Adjacent to TrueRateMe is this whole idea of Looksmaxxing, which is, it just sounds fine in theory, because it's the idea, it's like, okay, like look like the best version of yourself, right? And I think everybody wants to do that. Like I do that. I mean, like I try to like, you know, kind of see what I can do to like look better, whether that's like, oh, like it's like changing up my hair, or doing my makeup differently, and like getting better at those things, or dressing nicer. Like I actively try to do those things. So I don't think that's a good idea. Like, no, I don't think that's a bad idea for, you know, anybody really. It's like, if you want to try to look your best, then do it. Yeah. You know, it's like, be more confident. And I think that's a positive thing. However, like, like most Looksmaxxing communities are very toxic. And so I will say that's why the whole idea of it, in my opinion, is just toxic. It's not just like, oh, go to the gym, maybe go to the dermatologist, do your hair and makeup a little differently, maybe dress nicer for, you know, how you are. It gets down to like really bad things like, oh, let's get extreme plastic surgery, and I'm gonna go and like get height enhancing surgery, which what? Like, I don't know, like you shouldn't be doing that. Like, I'm not, okay, maybe I shouldn't be saying it. No, but I will say, it's like some of these procedures genuinely are dangerous and unnecessary, and like, you know, if somebody wants to get plastic surgery, that's your decision. I think that you shouldn't feel like influenced to do that because of people online. And that's what a lot of these people do. There's a thing called like soft and hard Looksmaxxing, which like soft Looksmaxxing would be like things like, oh, I'm gonna go maybe like do more skincare stuff and like do my hair differently and my makeup differently. And there's like hard Looksmaxxing, like I'm gonna not go to the gym. I'm gonna go get fucking plastic surgery because I don't, you know, I'm not a 5. I'm a 5 on this objective scale, and I'm not a 7. It's just insane, and it's just like, I don't know. It's like, I think just a lot of people just look beautiful as themselves, and it kind of just does make me sad to see people that don't see that. And I get it, because it's like, I've been there. You know, there's a lot of times I feel self-conscious about my appearance and don't like how I look. And I realize a lot of times it doesn't have to do anything with how I look. It has to do with external factors at the time. Like, you know, if I'm going through like a hard period in life, or maybe you just got broke up with, or you've been rejected by somebody, it's hard not to feel like, oh, like, you know, do I look pretty or not? Like, what could I do differently? And a lot of times it has absolutely nothing to do with that, because when you're with the right people, you will feel beautiful. Because it's like, I think, like, I don't know, it's like, I've, like I said, definitely been at that spot before. Like, you know, I don't know. Like, I feel like if I would have posted on some of these forums like a year ago, I would have, I kind of, even though it's people off Reddit, I think I would have been kind of hurt. But now I just, you know, I feel like I'm me, and I'm happy with how I look, and I feel confident in myself. And I really want everybody to feel that way. But okay, enough seriousness for now. Let's get into the Looksmaxxing subreddits. All right. The first place that I posted was on r/HowToLooksmax, I think. Yes. And then this is just mostly because I was having fun with like the whole like TrueRateMe, like messing with them. So I was like, I'm gonna post somewhere else and see what they say. So I did this similar title, 23F, tired of being a femcel, need advice. And I put no cosmetic procedure advice just because I don't want people to tell me to get plastic surgery. I'm not going to, but I don't want to get those comments. And again, I'll show the pictures that I posted in this one. A lot of the same pictures. And the top comment is on that is wear less makeup, stop using filters or posting AI pics. Something looks wrong here. Next one, hard to give advice when all the pics look extremely edited, excluding like one. Not sure what a femcel is, but your first and last pics are definitely AI. Someone else said, came here to comment that as well. Pretty obvious if you ask me. And then someone used a transphobic slur against me because, you know, that's cool. So that also wasn't taken down, even though I reported it to Reddit. Then that's my favorite part. The armpit in the first pic. Found the glitch. Like, what? Like, what's insane to me is they're finding a glitch in a unedited picture, or like unedited in the sense of like, I think the picture that I posted, like I maybe like turned up the saturation brightness, which I'm gonna post. I will, for full transparency, post like before and afters of any of these pictures, because like I said, I don't support using heavy filters. I want to be real online, and it's like, yes, I do, like, you know, for this video I'll probably color grade it a little bit to look nicer, or I will, you know, go and like, you know, change the, like I said, brightness, saturation on pictures. Every photographer does that. And then I got a comment, show the hands and face in the same picture for proof, which I looked through my camera roll, found an older picture with my hands and face in the same picture. And then this person said, I'm sorry, but this is uncanny and looks AI. No one's skin looks like that in a real picture. And then I told them, I was like, that's a genuine picture. At this point, I'm just kind of getting annoyed. And they said, you either A, edit this, B, wear a lot of makeup, C, have skin so smooth and clear that it's uncanny. So these are giving me reasons why they think that I look uncanny valley, which stinks. That's, you know, always what I want to try to go for. Again, some people are saying I look just airbrushed. They're obviously AI or heavily filtered. And it's just all, like, literally all the comments at this point are AI. Try growing out your hair a bit. Your wardrobe looks masculine. I don't know why, not on this one, but on the next Reddit that I'll talk about that I posted on, I got a lot of comments on my wardrobe, so I'll get into that later, which I think is really fucking funny, because most of the pictures I posted are like this, like, right, like this. Like, you can't really tell what I'm wearing. Like, I'm wearing an Evangelion shirt, because I love Neon Genesis Evangelion. And Asuka is my favorite character, but anyways, like, I don't post, like, I didn't post, like, a ton of pictures of you could really discern much of what I'm wearing. I posted no full body pictures. And a lot of people just commented on what I wore, so that was weird. Anyways, I just got a lot of comments thinking that I was AI. And that kind of honestly fucked with me for a little bit, because I was like, what is it? Like, I don't think that, like, I feel like I have a very normal looking face, in the sense of, like, I don't think that I look like, I don't know, like an Instagram model or something even. Like, I feel like I just look very normal. Like, I don't look, like, too pretty to be real or anything like that. I don't know. And I posted about this on TikTok a couple of times, and so I think that the reason that people think that I look like I'm AI probably comes down to a couple of things, which is, Okay, and in pictures, I do have smooth skin a lot of times. I wear makeup. I do like wear makeup on every picture or video you'll see me in online. That's because I wear makeup on a daily basis. I like it as a way to express myself. It's just almost a really calming daily routine for me. I like wearing makeup. I've, you know, gotten good at it over the years. And so I do wear like foundation, concealer, so my skin probably does look really smooth. And I do on some days have good skin. On some days I have acne and it looks bad. I might even post a close-up video of my skin now so you can see, because I do have skin texture, so I'm real. But you know what? Honestly, I think the thing is, like my skin, like, no, I don't think anybody's skin looks good super up close in 4K, but I don't really think that matters at the end of the day, because it's like nobody's going to be seeing your skin or your face like that. And if they are like this close to your face, that's probably the last thing on their mind is like, oh, I can see her pores are kind of big. Like, if you're worried about how big my pores are and you're this close to me, like, I'm not going to be in that situation where somebody's going to be thinking about that or caring about that. So I think it's probably just like the smooth skin kind of gives a weird look. I also realized too, I don't contour or like do anything, and I'm very pale, so it's like my skin just looks very even tone besides a little bit of blush. In pictures, I really struggle to smile. And what I mean by that is, like, if I smile, it's like I don't smile with my eyes. So it probably looks like psychotic. Like, I think the best example of that is this picture, which I know this is like, I accurately look like this. Like, I don't know. I accurately look like this picture. And because my DMV picture looks the exact same way, and I know why I was making that expression there. But I'm smiling, but not with my eyes, so I feel like it looks a little crazy. And I could tell something seemed off, even like, you know, kind of looking at myself. I'm like, that looks a little off, and that's why I just look like kind of crazy. I think it's that, the expression, which I'm getting better at. Like, in real life, I am expressive. Like, in acting classes right now, it's something it's like I'm very expressive with when I actually am like feeling those emotions or trying to emulate them. I also realized too, like I mentioned earlier, a lot of the pictures that I post are taken in a portrait mode on my phone or on a DSLR camera. I've taken quite a few pictures on my camera just so I can get better at taking pictures of myself and photography in general, because I'm interested in photography and cinematography, that I want to get a career in film, and I like doing content creation, and part of content creation is recording pictures and videos of yourself. So I guess that's part of the reason why, is just like that blurred background, and it's not always, especially on the phones, it's not always perfect, because it doesn't actually have like a low depth of field. It's just trying to emulate that, I think. So beyond those things, I don't really know what else is making people think that I look like I'm AI. I just think it's like the overall good photo quality. And then like maybe I also like put white underneath my eyes, make them look bigger. I don't do that in every picture. I don't do that all the time. I just do that sometimes when I do my makeup. And I guess I have a proportional face. That's actually probably why TrueRateMe didn't want me to post, because out of curiosity, I put a picture of myself up to like their golden ratio for faces. And actually, I was surprised. I was like, I don't like, I have a pretty symmetric, okay, minus my smile, that's my actual smile. As you can see, like one side goes up more than the other. But besides my smile, I have a pretty symmetrical face. And I think that's it. I think that's kind of, I can't really think of any other reason why I look like AI. What confused me the most is like, I think, so those elements are in pictures, but the TrueRateMe mods, and I got a comment on a TikTok that I looked like that in a video, which is like insane to me, because like I'm clearly expressing things, and like I don't have those same like attributes in a video that I would in a picture. So I don't know. I think that I also think people maybe just aren't used to seeing a random person post like these kinds of pictures of themselves. Maybe it's like, if I was like an actor or model posting something, it would make more sense, but I don't know. Maybe that's it. That's what I think. Anyways, so that was kind of annoying to receive those comments and then figure out what the fuck, why do I not look real? And then I started feeling self-conscious for a minute. I was like, what can I do to make myself look more real? I'm like, you know what, fuck it. You know, I don't think that I look overly fake, so, you know, whatever. I recently posted, because of the comments I posted at TikTok of myself doing my daily makeup routine. So it's like, and I don't really feel like I wear a ton of makeup either. I spend maybe 15 to 20 minutes doing my makeup every day because I've gotten good at it. You know, it's like I know what to do and do it quickly. That's it. It's pretty simple. All right, so that was How to Looksmaxx, which post has a total of 0 upvotes. It's like almost probably, I think probably would be negative 35% upvote rate. So that's the ratio between the number of upvotes and downvotes. So that's pretty bad. People did not like that post. All right. Then I posted on r/LookYourBest, which is another Looksmaxxing community, which I found out the reason that they did not like me on there was because the moderators are the same as r/TrueRateMe. So now that kind of beef with the moderators makes a little bit more sense in context. Because their last posts were after I posted this one. All right, so I posted basically the same thing on here. 23F, I want any advice. I'm tired of being a femcel. So I did actually, like, on this, so I started getting like AI comments at first on this one. And so I finally, like I got kind of annoyed. So somebody commented, 3-year-old account with no post or comment activity until yesterday. Can we get a verification post? And they're like entitled to that. I don't know. I mean, like, you know, whatever. And I just kind of said, fuck it. I was like, okay. I put the link to the video that I had sent to TrueRateMe, which is, to me, seemed pretty good proof I was a real person. And I said, another sub made me send the moderator's video because they thought I was fake. So here you go. Why not? And someone's like, why would random mods need proof? And then I posted, I responded, I said, I don't know, but TrueRateMe asked me earlier, and they said, because they thought it was fake, and even after sending the video, they took me down for excessive filtering, editing, smoothing. And that comment was removed by the moderators of the subreddit, because they're the same moderators, and oh my gosh, they don't want people posting and criticizing their other sub for being ridiculous. So anyways, after I posted that video, like that comment pretty early on, the comments, I stopped getting as many comments saying that I looked like I was like AI, uncanny valley, overly filtered. So I think people got, okay, that's a real person, like that, you know, like she looks like she does in pictures, like barring different, you know, kind of angles and things like that. Or something else I want to get into. The camera you take your pictures on, the lighting of the space you're in, and the angle of your photo being taken are like, those are huge in impacting how you look. I don't think people realize that much. It's like, there's like some really beautiful celebrities, and it's like, that have awful pictures of them because of those things. I guess like the biggest example I can think of is the whole like Poot Lovato incident, and like that is like an unaltered picture, but it's just taken at with a really unflattering light and a really bad angle. Like just so many things just kind of making it into a horrible picture of someone who's normally really beautiful. There's a lot of other examples of that, and like I honestly might even kind of play around and shoot some myself, because I think that it does matter a lot. And I know a decent bit about photography and film to know, okay, here's how to light somebody well. Or at least somewhat well. I'm not saying it's perfect, but you know, that does make a big difference in how you appear. Anyways, after that, they decided to fixate on, weirdly, my clothes in the femcel description, which I just think it's funny because it's like I mentioned, nobody got that I was saying this ironically. Which, I don't know, like, I don't know. They think they genuinely thought I was a femcel. Which I guess after being on Reddit a little bit more, which I haven't really used Reddit up until now, I can kind of see that because there aren't a lot of genuine femcels on Reddit, so that makes sense. The top comment on this one is, if you consider yourself a femcel, your personality is what you should be improving on because your looks are fine. The response, same. Has to be personality because I haven't had sex in over a year, but wouldn't ever identify as that shit. Also, my celibacy is by choice. LOL. I don't know why people on Reddit like to advertise how much, either A, how much sex they have, or B, how much sex they're not having, because nobody gives a shit. Like, don't talk about that. I really don't care. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. It's weird. I also think it's funny that they assume my personality is a issue because Like, what? You don't know me. I mean, like, you know, like I don't know if I posted something negative or whatever. It was like, I was being kind of bitchy to some people in the comments, but that's because they're being fucking insane. They probably deserve a little bitchiness. But anyways, I just think it's funny to just like insult a stranger online of their personality just based off some pictures of themselves. And this is my favorite comment after like I had posted the pictures of myself. Okay. So it said, okay, based on your self-description of being a femcel, what makes you feel like you don't have control over your desired level of intimacy with others? I feel like we're all missing something here. Are you homebound due to a chronic illness? A felon? Is there some large piece of information missing from the situation that you'd like to disclose? And I commented, I said, this is Reddit to look your best, not therapy. I just think it's like, also, I'm sorry, but it's insane to go online and ask somebody, oh, are you homebound due to a chronic illness? Are you a felon? Are you on house arrest currently, and is that why you can't get a boyfriend? Like, what? Like I'm not asking for that advice. Like, I'm not saying, like, I don't know, if someone's asking, oh, how can I get a boyfriend? You know, that's not what I'm posting. Like, I don't know. It's just, like, I don't know, they feel very, it's like just the entitlement of that information, which like I mentioned before, it makes very, I am not a femcel, I'm not, like, I'm not going to talk about relationship stuff like online or anything like that, but it's not the case. I think it's funny because I just joke about it because I think I have, at least according to TikTok, some femcel like interests like in terms of like things in like anime, music, that kind of stuff. And I feel like, I don't know, I just kind of joke sometimes, like I've had in the past like bad luck with relationships, so I kind of use that to joke about stuff. However, like it's not the case now, so it generally just kind of devolves into figuring out why I'm a femcel. And then also shitting on my style. This is funny. Someone just asked straight up, are you straight or gay? Not that it matters, but keep in mind who you're trying to attract. You're giving me lesbian vibes with the masculine leaning clothing. If you want to attract men, maybe try wearing things that are more feminine, like florals, pastels, dresses, skirts, if you're comfortable with that. It's also, by the way, that's like, I don't know why people think it's okay to go online and ask a complete stranger, are you straight or are you gay? Are you transgender? Like, that is never under any circumstances like okay to ask somebody that. Like, if they don't have that in their bio or information, like don't and it's not relevant. Like if somebody's saying like something against, like, by the way, I'm a huge like ally of the, I'm straight, but I'm like a huge ally of the LGBTQ community. And that's why I think personally, I mean, like, I don't think it's okay when somebody's like not posting about that kind of stuff to ask them. Like if someone's posting like, oh, like this, maybe something like negative about like what a gay or trans people might think. I might even ask, it's like, hey, like, are you transgender? Are you gay? Why are you speaking on behalf of a community you're not a part of, unless you are and not disclosing that? That's, I think, the only time I would ask somebody if they're like, you know, gay or trans or anything like that. But anyways, that was interesting. I got some more amazing style advice. Just dress more feminine. Your looks are good, but you're dressed more tomboy. Buy some dresses, shirts that are off the shoulder, have ruffles. And someone else commented some more unsolicited style advice. I personally think that wearing black or white lacks any creativity, negates an expression of emotions or energetic radiance. It does nothing to improve your attractiveness. When someone wears black, it doesn't allow the viewer to appreciate any details or spend time admiring the selection of color choice. That means it will immediately shift the viewer's eye to what's left, which would be your head. You're not unattractive, but I feel like your outfit is really dragging down any vibrance you have and potential of displaying, so it makes you look very plain. Which is just like, again, awful advice. Like, what? I don't know. I think it's like funny because it's like there's entire like subcultures that, you know, mostly wear black, like goth subcultures and things like that. And that's not, like, I've never looked at somebody wearing black and thought, oh, it's a boring choice. Like, also, I mean, maybe I'm a little biased because, like, probably 60 to 70% of my closet is, like, black and various shades of muted colors. But I don't know. I don't think that I, like, need to kind of change that. I got something else, which I'm going to get into my DMs later because that is a fucking hellhole. their suggestion was to wear pastels or fun colors like yellow or sky blue or light pink to soften my look. Wear nude colored flats or something more flashy like silver or gold or yellow. Which is funny because I, like, again, in these pictures, I'm not wearing anything that, like, is, that is, like, you can even see what I'm wearing. Like, that's what kind of, that's what throws me off, or the things that I might, in my opinion, look really masculine. Like, I don't know, I wear skirts on a pretty frequent basis, actually, but you can't tell that because a lot of the pictures are just of my shoulders up, and I feel like maybe they're trying to help me not be a femcel, I guess, but what I feel like looks, this entire, like, all these Reddits, I also, oh, forgot about this one, that I got, this comment that I got, someone commented, "You look like a character on a cop drama. Stop doing that, things should improve to you. Your pics look like clips from a TV show. The second pic in particular reminds me of a clip from the newest cop drama." Or they just say I'm very pretty, so, and then someone commented, "She does, OP, this means start dressing more girly and stop wearing things a guy would wear." I don't know why everybody's like, I don't really think it matters if you dress masculine or not. But I think it's funny that people are like trying to help me stop being a femcel or whatever, help me get a boyfriend, are saying that I should dress more feminine or wear pastels or florals, because I'll be honest, like, I think probably the most time I've gotten like random people approach me is when I've been wearing this Neon Genesis Evangelion t-shirt, which is, by the way, like 2-3 sizes too large for me, and black, by the way. So it's not pastel or pretty or like form-fitting or showing off my shoulders, because people are like, "Oh, hey, I like Evangelion too. Let's, you know, like, talk about it. It's so cool to see somebody else that is into that." That's actually, like, a lot better advice to try to, like, not just like find a boyfriend, but really make new friends, is, you know, wearing t-shirts for things that you like, because you'll find other people that also like those things, and now they'll know it's like, oh, you like that. It's like, if I ever see somebody wearing a t-shirt for a band or a show that I like or a movie, I always say something to compliment them. And the same is true for other people. Like I said, I've had more, you know, kind of like conversation started because I'm wearing a t-shirt for something than if I dress like feminine. And something else that I feel like these like Looksmaxxing subreddits really miss, and this is true for everybody, you feel most confident in something that you, and, you know, just good, and something that you like and enjoy. And I'll be honest, I don't really like wearing, unless it's like an outfit or just like a certain like piece of clothing that I really like, I generally don't really enjoy wearing like pastels or lighter colors or, you know, some floral prints. That's not what I'm drawn to. Like, I'm drawn to, like, I like wearing, you know, kind of more darker colors. I like wearing like leather. I like wearing, you know, more, I guess, masculine leaning things based off like what they said, which is not true. Like, I dress like like feminine, like, I'd say about like 50% of the time, I think. Like, other times I'll be wearing like a t-shirt and jeans. That's just kind of how I am. But I dress in a way that makes me feel confident, and then that kind of rubs off on other areas, if that makes sense. Like, if I feel confident and people are more likely to approach me, I'm more likely to approach somebody else. It's better to dress in a way that you feel comfortable instead of how you think that other people will like you. And like I said before, that's always like what I kind of try to live by, and what I even like tell my friends who ask for stuff. It's like, "Oh, should I cut my hair? Should I like wear this?" It's like, you know, do you want to? Then do it. If you feel comfortable and confident, then do it, and that'll show off. Like, you know, it's like, I'm happiest however you're happy. And I think that these like Looksmaxxing subreddits are missing like that large component of things that just kind of make people, you know, look better, and just, you know, if you seem happy and confident in yourself, that shows off. That matters more than anything else, I think. Again, after they realized that I was a real person, someone commented, "Make the first move on a nerdy guy you find really cute." Okay, yep, I agree with that first step, that first thing. Because I actually do, like, honestly, like, for like a lot of guys that I kind of be friends with, or, you know, kind of have dated, I've made the first move on them, and it's not because they don't like me, it's because it's like a lot of guys are just, I don't know, kind of too afraid to do that, or maybe think that you're not interested, or might think it's like, "Oh, she's too pretty, she's out of my league," even though that's like not the case at all. So I do that actually like I've done that like quite a few times already. And then this is where it gets at. Also, are you trans? If so, I'd recommend trans dating sites if you are. And someone asked, I was like, I'm not gonna get involved in this because it's just, no. Then they followed up by, she has a really wide and pronounced jawline and facial features that aren't regular for a female. I don't know if it's something you just kind of know, but I could be wrong. She already looks sort of cute in the 1st and 7th pick, so getting beauty advice won't do her any good. She just needs to accept the card she'd been dealt with. If not trans, she looks like a nerdy girl, so she should likely go for the nerdy guy. And then someone commented, the only reason someone that cute could land a guy is if she was trans, which is just like, that's fucking awful. I'm sorry, but it's like, and I've got actually several other comments online asking me if I'm trans or saying that I look trans. And it bugs me because it's like, I think that based off the context of these comments, it's fucking transphobic. They're being transphobic by trying to like insult me. And that bothers me on that level more than anything. Cause it's like, I don't, and that's the whole thing. It's like, are they trying to insult me? Because it's like, trans women are just beautiful. Like, I don't know. I was like that's not an insult. Like saying, oh, you look like you know, trans, or you look like, you know, ex-trans person. Like, that is not an insult. Like, I don't know what planet they're on, but trans women are beautiful, and I consider that a compliment. Like, I'd actually, if someone, like, I wouldn't question if someone's like, you look like you know, like, just name any trans girl, honestly. I would take that as a compliment. But I think asking somebody if they're trans is, first of all, just like really inappropriate, and like, or assuming it is just also like insanely inappropriate and transphobic, because they're saying it as an insult just by the way that they're saying it, like the cards she's been dealt. It's fucked up. And if somebody's like innocently asking, are you trans? Like, don't do that online. Like, just don't do that. Like, look at somebody's bio and it's like, oh, they said they're trans. They have like the transgender pride flag in their bio. They're trans. Cool. But if they don't ask that. It's not appropriate, and you're not under any entitlement to know that information or not. It's also insane to say it's something you just kind of know, because it's not. And a lot of these like transphobic people and just like TERFs go and say that, and then they accuse, like, you know, it's like, yeah, if you accuse like a bunch of women online of being trans, and it's like, you know, yeah, eventually one of them will be, I guess. I don't know, it's just kind of insane, because I've, not just with myself, but I've seen like a huge, you know, uptick in that happening online, of like people, you know, posting a picture of like a female celebrity and being like, oh, she's really trans, and like, you know, whatever. It's like, what? Like, why is that a thing? I don't get it. It's just really transphobic and rude. And so I also got on that same topic, I got a DM saying the same thing on Reddit, which I will say, for what it's worth, these subreddits do say block your DMs. So at least they're doing that. You know, because the DMs I got were genuinely awful. Someone sent me a DM saying, assuming that you are in fact a cis female and not M to F, seeing if he passes, post more photos than your face. Your chin just barely blocks where an Adam's apple would be. A photo that shows your hip to shoulder ratio, or maybe a little bit of exposed tummy, would make it clear you were cis. Male to female abs look nothing alike, and there's no surgery to change them over. Okay, that's like, also that's bullshit, by the way. Like, all the stuff they're saying is bullshit completely. I love that this person is like being transphobic, but also fishing for pictures from somebody that they think could be a trans girl. Like, I think it's like insanely common online for people that are being transphobic, is they'll be like, oh my gosh, I hate transgender people, and then like be like, but you can send like pictures if you want, or like they'll, yeah, like be looking at that stuff. I'm like, come on, like, I don't, like, what? Oh my gosh, make it make sense. I don't really know what else to say here, without risking of it being too long. And I'm getting tired, and I'm realizing that Reddit is awful. Reddit is a cesspool. That's not to say, I don't think every single subreddit is awful. Like, I don't want to make like a blanket statement like that, but it's like pretty bad. At least these kinds of subreddits. And I don't think there's an issue with the like, you know, kind of like trying to look better, but the overall environment of these subreddits is bad. And it just also, I don't know, even though like, I don't think that I look perfect. I don't think anybody looks perfect. I don't think anybody should be rated on a numerical scale. And I think that this whole theory of like facial attractiveness and certain things, that like, it's bullshit. I mean, like, you know, a lot of these Looksmaxxers will be like, oh, these certain features are attractive, but then it's like, and majority of people find them attractive, but then there's a ton of real world examples of that being not true. Like, I think one of the things that I saw recently, I'm like, yeah, that's true, is like people talking about like Josh Hutcherson. Hunger Games was recently in the Five Nights at Freddy's movie. He's so hot. He like everybody's like talking about like right now it's like how hot he is. And he's 5'5" and doesn't fit their notions of attractiveness besides having he has a good jawline, he's attractive, but he has downturned negative canthal tilt. And like I said, he's 5'5", which is, you know, shorter for a guy. And you know what? Nobody gives a fuck and thinks that he's hot. It's a similar thing for like Paul Dano from, you know, it's like last year when the Batman came out, everybody was like, he's so hot, making like thirst trap edits of him. He does not fit that at all. And I can think of countless examples of people that don't fit those standards that are objectively attractive by most people. And it's such bullshit. I don't know. I realize now I cannot talk for this long. So I might actually make a part 2 of this video at some point, just because I think it's a really insanely interesting topic and something that I like to break down, because I just think these kind of subreddits are ridiculous. I think I did, honestly, like, I was surprised by the responses that I got. I knew that I would get, you know, kind of, it's Reddit. I wasn't expecting anything good. I wasn't expecting to be accused of being AI, though. That was definitely a shocker for me. So anyways, I do realize this is not my normal content, but I enjoy doing like kind of deep dives into issues like this, because I do think it's kind of a problem online that I see like increasingly pop up. It's like the whole like Looksmaxxing, you know, kind of idea, concepts are slowly creeping its way into things like TikTok and more mainstream forms of social media and mainstream groups. And that is genuinely concerning, because it's like a lot of these groups use incel terminology. Like I mentioned, the TrueRateMe straight up almost copies the incel attractiveness chart and uses a lot of that same language. And it's kind of concerning. Which is why I think that's like part of the reason why Reddit should take them down. I don't think they will, but they should. But yeah. And by the way, I do not think I'm a 5.5 at all. I think that I'm a 10 out of 10. And I think that you are a 10 out of 10 too, because you made it to the end of this fucking video. Even if you didn't make it to this video and you skipped it, I think you're still a 10 out of 10. So there's that. So fuck TrueRateMe. Fuck anybody that wants to rate your appearance objectively or subjectively. It's bullshit. I think really what matters at the end of the day most is somebody's personality, and I think obsessing over your looks beyond just, you know, ways that you can feel confident in yourself and maybe express your personality through your clothing, which is like what I prefer to do. I like to express myself through my clothing and through my, you know, kind of hair and makeup, and I use that as an extension of my personality and of how I want to appear to other people. But I think beyond that, obsessing over things is not going to do anybody good, and it's only going to do bad, because I don't know, if you're a beautiful person inside, people are going to see that. And yeah. Anyways, thank you all for watching. I might do, like I said, I might do another follow-up video for this, depending on how I'm feeling. But yeah, that's Reddit for you. I never posted on Reddit until now, and that was a introduction. That was definitely an introduction. All right. Thank you for watching, and take care. I hope to have more videos like this soon, because I want to start putting more into YouTube. So if y'all have suggestions or ideas, drop them in the comments below, and also be sure to drop a like and subscribe. It wouldn't be a YouTube video if you didn't say that. All right. Good night, good morning, good afternoon, and goodbye.